All right, Chavra, let's go. We'll keep moving along in the What's Up With That. People sending in their various questions, trying to clarify why we do what we do in Yiddishkeit. So, question number one for today. What's up with Mevushal wine, and why does it make it available for non-Shomer Shabbos Jews? Okay, I'm not sure how it is worded, not so clear how it's worded, but I think I get the question, and that is, what's the deal with Mevushal wine? Why are we concerned that all the wine be Mevushal, and is that the same concern when it comes to people who are non-religious? So, Mevushal wine, well, let's say it like this. Wine is forbidden when it comes to non-Jews if it's not Mevushal. There's a concern that they may have worshipped their idols with it, and it also extends into the other prohibitions that have to do with cooking food, bishul akum, things of that sort, to help protect from assimilation. Now, being that the primary concern of wine of a non-Jew is that it may have been used for worship for Avodah Zarah, they never used Mevushal wine. Wine that was cooked is not the same quality, and it was never used simply for idol worship. So it never took on that same intensity of prohibition. The rabbis never said Mevushal wine. So they said Mevushal wine is not a problem. We don't have the concern. Hence, if wine is Mevushal, it's not a problem if a non-Jew touches it, serves it, drinks from it, shares it. There's no issue whatsoever. Now, there is a psak in the Shulchan Aruch. The Shulchan Aruch, in Siman Kuf Chav Daled, Sif Ches, this Shulchan Aruch writes that if a mummer is literally somebody who rebels against Hashem, wine touched by a mummer is also forbidden. Okay? Because there's a concern that this person also worships idols. Now, the Ramesha and others have a psak that nowadays people who are non-religious, do not take on the status of a mummer lahachis, where they're directly going against Hashem. Therefore, most poskim say like this. They say either a person has a status of a tinuk shenishba, or even if a person doesn't have a status of a tinuk shenishba, because you might say that they were raised religious, or they went to Jewish day school, or whatever the parameters may be. But people nowadays aren't doing it blatantly, and they're still respectful. So a lot of the poskim say, if you have somebody who's non-religious, but you hear them making brachas every once in a while, they come to shul every once in a while, they'll do this, they'll do that, but they have their taivas, they have their things that they follow. You don't need to be concerned about their wine. It's not a problem. You don't need Mevushal wine around them. However, if you're around a person who is lahachas, the way that the place can write it, if a person will be machal Shabbos around an Adam Gadol, right? People at least are respectful of your Shabbos. If a person is respectful of a Yid who's respectful of our Shabbos, you don't need to be concerned that they're idolater. But if you have an Adam Gadol, you have a chashuv person who's around them, and they're like, yeah, I don't care, this, that, so then you'd need to be concerned that they're a mummer lahachas, and you wouldn't be allowed to drink wine that they touched if it's not mevushal. Okay, so that's what's up with that. Again, the question was that the questioner obviously heard that if a non-Jewish person, if a non-religious person touches the wine, it's a problem. It's nowadays, most people who are non-religious, it's not a problem to have non-mevushal wine around them unless they fit the parameters that we discussed.